So you have come to learn more about sniping. Great! Let's get started with few simple rules. Number 1. As a sniper you will use Hunter Cloak at all times. Reason for that is that Hunter Cloak allows you to stay cloaked longer than uncloaked. Plus, this fast recharge gives you big advantage. Number 2. With every bullet you have to kill an enemy. This means no practice shots or dumb luck pot shots. Sniper must be efficient. Number 3. Be as far as possible from your targets. This probably is the most important rule of all. I mean, the further you are, the harder for enemy it will be to hit you. So try to stay at least 150 meters away from your enemies, unless terrain doesn't allow it. But people who engage their targets in less than 100 meters away and still call themselves snipers are disgrace. Yes, it sounds like elitism, and it is. But the argument still stays valid that on 100-meter range you might as well just use something else, more efficient than sniper rifles, because come on, they shine at longer ranges, not up close. And I mean, come on, in which book sniper is a close range fighter? Not counting Call of Duty or Battlefield, of course. And also, yeah, they are not books. Number 4. Always be careful about picking your targets, because if you do everything correctly, enemy snipers will be only ones that can reach you and kill you, aside from some random aircraft. And at this point, obviously, you have to take down enemy medics, NGs, and heavies that use rocket launchers. Okay, there are the basic rules for being a good sniper. For sniping, you will use bolt action snipers and phase shift too, if you are a Vano. From this approved snipers list, I'm excluding, of course, all semi-automatics and all bolt action snipers with low zoom optics, as they all are quite useless beyond 130 meters. I'll explain all this in my CQC video. But nonetheless, each faction is left with at least 3 snipers to use. Moving on, for suit slot I recommend getting ammo belt, because you will kill a lot and you will need that extra ammo. Plus, since you will be sitting quite far away from your enemy, you won't really need extra protection, unless you're using phase shift, in which case you can choose whatever you like. Of course, implant slot is optional, but if you're gonna use something there, then better use rangefinder or hold breath. With phase shift you obviously won't need rangefinder, so better use hold breath. As for rest of the slots, for weapons or whatever, it's your free choice. Though getting crossbow with recon darts might not be the best choice. Okay, so by default TR and VS gets semi-automatic rifle, while NC gets bolt action one. So if you play TR or VS, I urge you to buy the cheapest bolt action sniper there is, which costs 100 certs. Now, there is one thing I have to mention. Almost all infiltrator weapons are exact copies between factions. So those 100 cert rifles and NC's default rifle are all the same. But anyways, I recommend these rifles because they are cheap and does exactly the same thing other more powerful ones does, only they cost 10 times less. But in case you choose to take different sniper, sure, go for it. Okay, so you got your sniper. Now, once you get enough certs to buy attachments, I would strongly recommend you to get 12 times zoom scope and straight pull bolt, or if you are Vanu, then super cooled coil. So obviously, once sniping from longer distances, it's quite easier to do once you have correct scope. As for straight pull bolt, this attachment allows you to stay scoped while your character loads next shot. Basically, this attachment will help you to pull off next shot faster. But be warned, this will make sneaking up on you much easier for enemy. So listen or look around once in a while. Oh, and this is very important. Do not use silencer on snipers. Reason for this is quite obvious. Barely anyone can see you at 200 meter range, let alone hit you. Plus silencer increases bullet drop immensely. Oh, and it also reduces damage. And so let's move on. Now you have your sniper ready to go, but you still need to know how to correctly aim or position yourself. So let's start with position. As I said before, the further you are, the better. But for some rifles, you can't get one hit kill in head if you are too far away. So stick as close as possible to the border line. So for those 100 cert snipers, XM98, Bolt Driver, M77B, max range on one hit kill is 250. Also the same range applies to V10, LA80 and SR7. But these rifles cost 1000 certs. Oh, and in case you're using phase shift, the maximum range on one hit kill is 200 meters for this rifle. Also keep in mind that maximum render distance for infantry is 300 meters. So don't go further than that, you won't be able to hit anything. So now that you know the ranges you must stick by, you have to choose a position that has great cover. First, most obvious, you need forward cover just to cover your body and everything like that. And you need also background cover, so to mask your contours in case enemy looks at the sky. And you know, this also can be accomplished by bush or long grass. Yes, it sounds kind of funny, but trust me, sniping from bush often had led me to magnificent kill streaks. Now, another rule for choosing a perfect spot is that this place is not close to any teammates or front line. And by this I mean you might be in stealth but your teammates are not. An enemy while shooting at your teammates might kill you in the process. So never ever snipe with another guy close to you. After all, they will simply give your position away real quick. As for sniping from front lines, again, enemy looks at that direction and by accident might see you. Also be warned that if enemy sniper spots you and shoots at your position, you should get away from there, because he will always check that place, no matter if you kill him or not. You don't need to go far away, just far enough so he won't be able to target you instantly. Also, from time to time, try to change up your position, because if you kill a lot of enemies, they will get pissed and they will try to get to you no matter how. So now, finally that you have chosen a perfect spot for your sniping adventure, next important thing you must know is how far exactly you are from your target. This problem can easily be solved by using rangefinder implant or personal waypoint. But why should you know the distance? Well, it's obvious that in Planetside 2 you have projectiles that are affected by gravity. So the further they travel, the lower they will drop, and this is called ballistics. So to compensate for the bullet drop, you must know the distance you are shooting from, and also the distance markers on your scope. This process is called zeroing. Oh, and yes, Vanu bolt action snipers and shotguns with slug ammo have bullet drop, while rest does not. So here are a bunch of numbers and markers for you to enjoy. For XM98, M77B or Bolt Driver with default 6x scope, first dot down from the center marks headshot from 210 meters up to 260 meters. With 12x zoom scope, first dot from the middle marks 120 meters to 200 meter mark. But if you are further away, then aim a little bit higher. Next we have V10, LA80 and SR7. With default 6x scope, first dot from the middle down is aimed for 260 to 300 meter range or more. But keep in mind that with these rifles you can get one hit kill in head only under 260 meters. But nevertheless, with 12x zoom scope, first dot down from the middle is aimed for 150 meters to 240 meters. Okay, and the last trio we have is Parallax, Longshot and Rams. With 6x scope, first dot down from the middle is about 300 meters, so technically you can simply still aim with the middle and hit enemy in the head. But as for 12x zoom scope, first dot from the middle is aimed for 190 meters to 280 meters. So with these numbers you can see that some rifles at certain distances with 12x zoom scopes can actually hit in the head if you aim with center or first dot, so it doesn't really matter. But again, repeating that this is at certain distances. Oh, but what about NC's Empire specific sniper rifle Railjack? Of the default 6x scope or 12x scope, you will be able to hit enemy in the head in ranges of 0 to 175 meters. So with default scope you only need to aim a little bit higher. But if you use 12x zoom scope, first dot marks 200 to 300 meter ranges. And as for Empire specific sniper rifle for Vanu called Phase Shift, since it doesn't really have any bullet drop, you don't really need to aim anything. But I would recommend you to use silencer on it, since you're gonna be alternating between semi-automatic and bolt shot. So you might be wondering, why didn't I say anything about killing moving targets? Or how to lead a target? The thing is, you might calculate how fast they are moving and blah 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 and show the statistics, but the thing is, most of the time you're just gonna have to rely on your intuition, and this skill pretty much comes with the practice. And most of the time you're gonna be missing those shots. And every time you shoot, you will be attracting someone's attention. So try to shoot less, but more efficiently. So if you're new to sniping, please stick to static targets. Anyhow, now that you know these distances, you can accurately make headshots with every shot anytime. So, as I said before, no dumb pot shotting anymore. The thing is, at first you'll be slow at the trigger, but the longer you snipe, the more accurate and faster you'll become. Take me for example, my first rifle was XM98 and I loved it. Also, mind you that I stopped using every rifle after getting Auraxium. Nevertheless, my accuracy with this rifle is 41% and I had 871 headshots. So this means that 74% of all kills I made with this rifle were headshots. Next rifle I had was Parallax, and with it my accuracy increased to 53%, and 83% of all kills were headshots. Also, I made less shots in general. But finally, my last bolt action rifle was V10. 63% accuracy and 92% of all kills were headshots. And again, I made less shots in general. And I am very proud of my ability to be this effective and precise, and also increase my effectiveness in time. So keep in mind, you can do the same. But anyways, let's say you are tired or you got Auraxium on your previous sniper rifle and you're just wondering which is better, V10 or Parallax, LA88 or Longshot, SR7 or Rams. An answer definitely is the second choice. I mean, they cost the same, but the second choice simply has better stats. Well, as for NC, I would rather go with Railjack, but Longshot is equally good as well. I mean, although you have to adapt to that little shot delay for Railjack, it's still very good weapon. But what about Wanu's phase shift? Some have said that it's bad, but reality bites hard for them, because phase shift is one of my most favorite and fun weapons to use. Basically, this weapon has infinite ammo and it also does not need to be reloaded if used correctly. Also, I mentioned before that this weapon has no bullet drop, so that's another plus. But the problem that most people have is that this charge up mechanism is bad and blah blah blah. That's complete baloney. If you're skilled, or at least you have decent coordination, phase shifts, bolt shot or charged up shot is OP. But to balance it out, of course it has this 200-meter range in which you can get that one hit kill in the head. But the fact that you can quickly make another shot after that one to double tap that guy makes this weapon very good. So all I'm saying is that you should definitely give it a shot. I love it and you might love it too. But question still remains, what are snipers good for anyway? All they do is just pick off standing targets or targets with no importance. Well, actually that's not true. Snipers pick off AV, NGs and heavy assaults that keep killing or suppressing vehicles and infantry. Killing medics is also very important at breaking front lines. But in general, sniper acts like eliminator or pest controller, eliminating noob players so you can focus on more dangerous enemies. I mean, still, even noobs can take out a tank by randomly shooting everywhere. Therefore, it's good to have at least somebody that takes care of them. And also, taking out enemy snipers, or counter sniping as it's known, is very important as well. Trust me, an effective sniper is always helpful in big or small battles. So there, if you do everything correctly, you'll become unstoppable killing machine. Oh, and in case you want to set yourself a goal to beat, try beating my record, 37 kills with sniper in range no less than 150 and 2 kills with pistol in 16 minutes. This kill streak I made with V10 sniper rifle and Manticore pistol in Arroyo Tor area once. There is one final thing I want to teach you in this video. If you are counter sniping or you are attacked by enemy whose position you don't know, you have 3 options. Either you get away from the position you are in, wait until he shoots again, or most risky of all, try to provoke him. This provocation method I've been using for a long time and actually it never has failed me. Basic idea is to get out of cover uncloaked and start moving left, right, forward, backward with random stops. So enemy sniper will get an urge to shoot you, and as soon as he does, you'll see or hear where he's shooting from, and after getting that info it's just a matter of time until you kill him. Keep in mind that you will need your full shield to survive in case he manages to hit you, and almost all snipers will hit you in the body, so you will survive as long as you have your shield. This technique is obviously dangerous because if you do it wrong, you will be simply serving yourself as an easy kill. Still, it works wonders when you're surrounded by by noob snipers that barely can aim. As a plus, it's like showing your middle finger to other sniper if you manage to kill him. So that is it. This guide is a part of my Infiltrator guide series, and if you want to check out other parts, please visit my channel. If you have any questions, first take a look on comment section down below. If nobody asked the same question you have, then only then leave it, because it's no point in spamming after all.